People ask me every day, when is the best time to divorce their narcissistic spouse? Well, there's no right time, but there's also no reason to put it off. But I hear excuses every day why people don't think it's the right time to leave their narcissistic spouse. So today I thought I would tell you the top 5 excuses that people give for not wanting to divorce their narcissist. But first, will you please subscribe to my channel? That's how these videos are going to get in front of more of the people who really need to hear this information. I'm Victoria McCooey. I'm a narcissist divorce coach, a motivational speaker, and the creator of the Reclaim Your Power system. I help people every day who are right where you are, stuck in a toxic marriage to a narcissistic spouse, or already engaged in a contentious divorce from one. Okay, so the first excuse I hear is that I have to wait until the kids are older. So people are thinking it'll be better if they're in high school, it'll be better once they go off to college, or it'll be better once they're out of college. Well, you can play that game forever about when it'll be better for the children. But what I know for sure is that the sooner you're able to start healing and having a normal life and being the head of your own household, the better for your kids. Because no matter what age they are, while you're in this toxic environment, in this toxic relationship, you're compromised. You're not the best mother you could be or the best father you could be. You are not well. You're compromised by the narcissistic abuse that's being inflicted on you. So it really doesn't matter so much how old they are. They're pros and cons for children at any age having to go through a divorce. So that is not really a good excuse for putting off your divorce from a narcissist. The second excuse I hear all the time, I have to wait until I get a better job. That is a great procrastination device. That's not necessary for you to leave your narcissist. It's a great way to put off the inevitable, but if you don't make a change, things will not be different. So waiting for that perfect job to come along, that's a great way just to waste more time being in a toxic environment. And whatever your job is or whatever you're earning, you're going to do so much better once you're out of this relationship. You're going to be a better employee. You're going to get stronger. You're going to get more capable. You're going to be able to get the better job, the higher income. All those things are going to come much more easily when you are in a healthy environment, healing from the abuse you've suffered. The third excuse I hear a lot, I have to wait until I've paid off all of my debt. No, don't do that, because your debt is most likely marital. If you've incurred this debt, even if it's in your name alone, and I'm not a lawyer, I can't give you legal advice, but the chances are that debt is a marital liability, which means your spouse is responsible for half of it. So if you're struggling to pay down your portion of the debt, and then when you start your divorce, you're still responsible for half of the debt that's in your spouse's name, you've just done them a great favor at your own expense. So waiting until you pay off your debt is not a good excuse for putting off your divorce. The fourth excuse I hear a lot of is the longer I wait, the longer I'll receive alimony. Again, this is backwards thinking. You don't want to stay in this toxic place just so you get a few more months of support from your ex-spouse. You should be more anxious to get out of this environment, to get out of this toxic relationship so that you can lead your life and do the things you need to do to support yourself and to have a happy life, not to stay stuck in some victim mentality because you think it's going to earn you more money in the long run. In the scheme of things, it's not that important. It's not worth your mental health or your physical well-being to stay in this toxic situation. And the fifth excuse I hear a lot of times is, I want to wait until I feel stronger. Well, guess what? You're only going to continue to feel weaker and weaker the more you are beaten down in this toxic environment, the more abuse you suffer at the hands of your narcissistic spouse, the weaker you're going to become. So the best way to deal with a narcissistic spouse is to get out of the relationship as soon as you can. Now, granted, you do need to start doing some work on yourself, getting stronger. You can start eating better. You can start exercising. You can start doing some things that are going to make you feel stronger, but putting it off until you feel capable, until you feel strong, is not a good plan, because you're not going to be able to get strong while you stay in that situation. Is this you? Are you making excuses for why it's not a good time for you to leave your narcissistic spouse? If that sounds like you, then maybe it's time you got some support. You can book a call with me. There will be a link in my calendar below, and we can talk about your struggles, about what's going on with you, and I can give you my best advice or some strategies for how you might do things differently moving forward. Did you find this information helpful? I hope you did. If you liked this video, will you please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. I've linked a couple of other videos here that I think you might also like, so I hope I see you in the next video.